Hey, everybody.
So aggressive. Welcome back to another reaction. Would you like to shout at him again? Oh my gosh. She is energized. You want to go ahead and shout at him what movies tonight?
Frankenstein. Frankenstein. We're watching Frankenstein.
But it's we're doing the classic movie monsters. So we've already done Dracula.
And the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Did we do somebody else? That's
it.
That was it. So he's our third.
I think we only have like one more left.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I mean, there's more.
Oh, there's more. There's like 3 more
out there. We know the basic. We know the basic concept of Frankenstein. So I mean, we just don't know the whole.
And then obviously there's a sequel.
What it
entails. The word didn't sound right.
It was correct. It was funny how you went. Shouting.
He took too long. I was like, "Hey, everybody."
Hey, you jump in whenever you feel the need. This is not a partnership. It's a.
We're a co-host in a way.
Yeah, we're co-reactors. That's right. So you. Oh, one of my eyebrows looks real high. Sorry, I'm just. I think.
Oh my God, we're getting off track.
Well, my mind wanders 859 million times during the day, and I can't keep on track.
I could be talking to her about something and she'll think something else.
And then I'll just be like, or I'll be talking about something else, and then I'll go, "Hey, look over there." We're in the middle of a sentence, so yeah, maybe a little ADHD. Not sure. What were we gonna say? Oh,
I don't know.
We know the basic concept.
Yeah.
We don't mean to scare you tonight. Aside from my lipstick, I am makeup free, and you're pretty makeup free, so. We're not trying to scare you during this Halloween. Weenie, you were supposed to say
what?
Hello. Welcome back to another Halloweenie.
I said, "Hey, everybody."
We're not trying to scare you with mostly makeup free for this Halloweenie reaction, but it's just wasn't feeling up to throwing on some makeup today. So, anyways, I'm getting off track and. You know, y'all are used to me by now, I'm quite sure, so it's nothing new. Before we get started, we want to give a huge shout out to our wonderful, amazing, fantastic, excuse me. What other adjectives? Name 3.
What?
For our patrons.
Beautiful, spectacular.
Oh, yeah. And
amazing.
Who sit at the cool kids table.
Yeah.
They're not over at the other tables being nerdy and picking their noses and stuff like that. So if you too want to join the Cool Kids Conga line, the link is in the description. And as I said, I put this on our community, but when we put them onto Patreon, we're not going to do the full reactions for legality reasons, but we do put it on there after our first initial edit. And before we go through all the copyright edit on YouTube. So
we're just giving you extra content. We're not trying to get sued.
Exactly. So some movies, honestly, you can get like sometimes the few 20, 30, sometimes you can have 5 to 10 minutes extra content. Sometimes we can be up to 20 to 30 minutes extra content. So, it's definitely worth checking that out. And not going to go through the whole schmeal, still wearing the headband. Y'all know what that signifies if you've been
here
paying attention and watching the intro. So, I would like to, get rid of this, headband. Sometime in the near future.
31 away.
31 away?
Yeah.
Again, we can smell.
Taste, touch that finish line.
Well, not touch it yet, but we can't quite touch it.
Finish line. We're almost there. We can smell, taste, touch.
We can't touch it. 1,000 would be
we
touching.
Can almost.
Almost, yeah. I mean, maybe if we get one of those extended things and hold on to it, then we can touch it. But yeah, we're almost there. So if you like what you're seeing, and we know a lot of you have viewed our content, so come on, help us out and hit the subscribe, please. With that, should we just jump into it? Ready, set, here we go.
Enjoy.
Oh, it's so aggressive tonight.
We are about to unfold the story of Frankenstein, a man of science who sought to create a man after his own image without reckoning upon God. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Oh, Universal again. Son of a...
Well, they're called Universal Monsters for a reason. What a question mark in his name?
You fool.
I don't want that job.
Come on. Hurry,
It was so creepy, a skeleton like that right in the cemetery.
The statue.
Yeah.
He's just resting, waiting for a new life to come.
It's still here. No.
Go on, it can't hurt you. Here's a
He's
knife.
taller.
They made the man with the bad back do it. It
Thought he
would have been
was
funny if it
gonna jump
landed on him.
Is it all right? The neck's broken. The brain is useless. We must find another brain.
Okay, so then what was the point of that?
That will do, gentlemen. We have one of the most perfect specimens of the human brain that has ever come to my attention at the university. And here, the abnormal brain of the typical criminal.
They can do all the dirty work. That's not nice. Oh, my Lanta. Oh, no.
In an abandoned old watchtower close to the town of Goldstadt. Only my assistant is here to help me with my experiments.
Oh, his experiments.
Yes, that's what frightens me. The very day we announced our engagement, he told me of his experiments. He said he was on the verge of a discovery so terrific that he doubted his own sanity.
I'll go to Dr. Waldman, Henry's old professor in medical
Seemed a
school.
little close, too
Perhaps
close
he
for
can tell me more
comfort.
about
Yeah,
it.
he's like really in her space, isn't he?
You mean changed as a result of his work?
Yes, his work. His insane ambition to create life.
How?
The bodies we use in our dissecting room for lecture purposes were not perfect enough for his experiments, he said. He wished us to supply him with other bodies, and we were not to be too particular as to where and how we got.
Fritz! Hello. Have you finished making those connections? Yes, they're done. Well, come down then. Help these attachments. We've lots to do.
You gonna shimmy on that rope down or what? Oh my god, look at him go.
No decay. Just a few stitches.
I would not be touching the dead body
Look,
No.
without gloves.
here's the final touch.
Beautiful.
Open the door!
Let us in! Who is it? Who is it? What do you want? You must leave me alone now.
It's Elizabeth! Open the door!
Oh no, back down he goes. Oh.
All this nonsense of locked doors.
Elizabeth, please, won't you go away? Won't you trust me just for tonight?
You're ill. What's the matter?
Nothing. I'm quite all right. Truly I am.
And you're inhuman. You're crazy.
Crazy, am I? We'll see whether I'm crazy or not. Now, I'm going to turn that ray on that body and endow it with life.
And you really believe that you can bring life to the dead?
That body is not dead. It has never lived. Quite a good scene, isn't it? One man crazy, three very sane spectators. In the name of God, now I know what it feels like to be God.
went that far.
What's the matter with my son? What's he doing?
He's completing his experiments, that's all.
Why is it practically having a hand on her? Do you see that?
Old ruined windmill when he has a decent house, a bath, good food and drink, and a darn pretty girl to come back to. Will you tell me that?
Baron, you don't understand.
Long
I
ass.
understand perfectly
Why?
well. There's another woman. Whole village is kept waiting. The bride is kept waiting.
Trying to make a joke and it fell
There is
flat.
another woman. And I'm going to find her.
Where are you gonna find it at?
Success has intoxicated you. Wake up and look facts in the face. Here we have a fiend whose brain
Must be given time to develop. It's a perfectly good brain, Doctor. Well, you ought to know. It came from your own laboratory.
The brain that was stolen from my laboratory was a criminal brain.
Yeah, the other one fell on the floor.
Oh, well, after all, it's only a piece of dead tissue. Here he comes. Let's turn out the light.
Shut out the light.
Sit down.
She basically
Go
just
and
like
sit down.
turn it off.
Yeah.
Quiet, you fool!
Doesn't like fire.
Get away with that torch.
That I remembered from Hotel Transylvania.
Oh, really? That's funny. Oh my god.
All right, you'll have the whole countryside on us. Come away, he has the strength of 10 men. Give me that.
Don't scare him with the fire.
If you keep provoking him, he's just gonna get mad.
He's gonna kill you.
What's that? What's that?
Even confined, he hung him.
Well, he kept provoking him.
Yeah, what do you expect?
You did this to yourself.
Yourselves together.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for him at all.
As you would any savage animal. We must overpower him first. Get me a hypodermic needle.
It's murder.
It's our only chance.
Very
And
strong. Half-grain solution.
Good. Now then. Are you standing?
Good luck. One of y'all's gonna
I
get
will make the injection
killed
back.
because he chased him with fire, and look what happened to him.
Ready?
Yes.
I
Just knocked him out. Something.
whoop his ass.
Flip him
God.
over. Flip him over.
He's like, what?
Dr. Valman. Are you hurt?
No, I'm all right. It's nothing. See who's at the door.
Anybody in the place?
Give him a second.
Oh,
Calm down, Dad.
yeah, what a
You gonna put the
forsaken
fire out
place.
first?
You're
Yeah.
trying to burn it down, eh? What's that for, eh? What? Well, what's the matter with you? You look as if you've been kicked by a horse.
I advise you to take Henry away from here at once.
Well, what do you suppose I'm here for? Pleasure? What?
He picked up the pace when he would the
Yeah,
light
he
John.
really did.
Dear, what have they done to you?
It's all my fault. Get him on the sofa. I'm going to take you home with me, Henry.
No, I can't. My work. What will happen to the records of my experiment?
We will preserve them.
And
I will see that it is painlessly destroyed.
I have a feeling he might kill the doctor.
Mm-hmm. Johnny was gonna be right there.
Yeah. Choke him. And he's strong as hell, so.
Look at him. He's really booking it down. This
Whoa.
He's like, where am I supposed to go now?
House of Frankenstein.
That is a cool house name, though.
Jolly good, healthy, young Frankenstein. What? It's extraordinary how friendly you can make a lot of people on a couple of bottles of beer. Tomorrow they'll all be fighting.
He's so happy now. I like this attitude on him.
Kind of funny for shit over the wedding.
It would be.
The cat. So, I wish our cats would us.
Play with me a little while.
Oh, he's thirsty. And water.
Yes.
You stay and play with the kitty, huh?
Give that cat some water.
Yeah, look like she was choking it a little. Well, the cat seems okay.
Who are you? I'm Maria.
Please don't kill Marie.
That would make for an awfully dark. He likes it.
Yeah. Someone's being nice.
He's happy.
No, you're hurting me!
Uh-oh.
He's gonna throw her in. That took a bad turn.
no.
Oh, how lovely you look. But you shouldn't be here.
I must see you for a minute. Henry, I'm afraid. Terribly afraid. Where's Dr. Veldman? Why is he late for the wedding?
Oh, he's always late. He'll be here soon.
Something is going to happen. I feel it.
From what, dear? From what?
I don't know. If I could just get it out of my mind. Oh, I'd die if I had to lose you now, Henry.
Lose me. Oh, I'll always be with you.
Will you, Henry? Are you sure? Henry! Henry!
Okay.
Bowman's been murdered in the tower. The monster. He's been seen in the hills terrorizing the mountainside.
He's in the house.
He's upstairs.
Breaks through the door, then one.
I'll come through the window. Now he's gonna fall in love with her or something like that.
No.
So look at, see, I told you the windows. Oh, is this a game we're gonna play?
This is fun for him.
It's Elizabeth.
Don't let it come here.
It's all right.
Don't let it come here.
It's all right, darling. It's all right.
Oh, people, leave him alone. Why you gotta be following him like a pack of sheep there? Where is sheep?
She's been murdered.
Silence! I'll see that justice is done. Who is it? How's Elizabeth now?
I don't know. She's still in a daze. Just looks at me and says nothing. It's maddening.
Easy, old man. She'll be all right.
Well, I think I'd feel like that too if the thing came at me.
The wedding will only be postponed a day at most.
A day. I wonder.
What do you mean?
There can be no wedding while this horrible creation of mine is still alive.
Every ravine, every crevice,
But only
what the fiend must
Mr. Frankenstein knows what he looks like. They don't know what he looks like.
Yeah.
Your torches and go!
Unless he told him. Like, I don't blame the dad for being mad. But at the same time, why are we not blaming this guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because he probably hasn't told him yet that he created him. I have a feeling he's not telling him that much. I mean, if my kid was playing by the water, I would teach him how to swim.
Especially if you lived by the water.
I'm not blaming the dad; it's not his fault. But I'm just
But
saying.
if you lived by the water, I'd be like, okay,
You should know how
I
to
gotta
swim.
learn how to swim.
I mean, if he like tried to kill him, I don't think it'd be less than if he was thinking was which way to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I do feel bad for him now.
Yeah, I do too.
Is he gonna push him off?
Yep, probably. Not scared of the fire anymore. He doesn't give a shit. Throw him in the fire.
Dude, do you really think you're gonna win him over him in a fist fight?
No.
Well.
Please don't kill the dogs.
Strong ass dude.
Oh my god, for real.
tearing him up.
Jeez.
So he's kind of just doing what
A criminal would do?
he knows in his from the brain.
Yeah. He's like, you ain't getting away. Oh my god. Oh my god.
God.
Somebody even stand there to try to catch him?
I don't think they were gonna catch him.
Bring him down to the village and let's take him home.
Like you say, he doesn't know what he did.
He doesn't know rights. He only knows
No.
wrongs. Poor guy.
Henry doesn't need this. Well, as I said before, I say again, here's to a son, to the house of Frankenstein.
No wonder he's so happy now. He's been drinking so much. I don't know why we're sitting so low on this one. Sometimes we're sitting up so high. Now I just feel like we're sitting so low. Anyway, so what'd you think?
For me, I think this is either... I feel like I want to give this one a 2 thumbs up because this one might be my favorite out of the 3 so far.
Yeah?
I think. I'm thinking back to the other ones.
Okay, we'll give... This one, too, might be... It's because I liked it a lot once Frankenstein actually started moving about. Mm-hmm. So that, like, the first half, there was parts where it was a little bit slow for me. Mm-hmm. So I'll probably give it a 1... what does that 1.5? 1.5? 1 up, 1 down? Does that mean 1.5?
I just do like this.
Then what's 1 up, 1 down?
1, most likely.
Then it would just be this.
Mm-hmm. But 1 up, 1 down is 1 still, because 1 is down, so it's just 1.
True. I'll just give it like 1.5. Just because of how it kind of was slow starting. But once Frankenstein like woke up and everything started jiving, then that part was definitely a 2. But overall, I'd give it a 1.5. But I'm kind of thinking too, and yeah, maybe this one was.
This one may have been my favorite out of all of them.
Out of all of them?
Out of the 3 we've seen.
Well,
so
yeah.
far. I mean, there's a lot in here that you could just dissect alone.
Oh, totally.
I mean, he didn't really know anything any different.
Well, he had the criminal brain in him because
Mm-hmm.
the guy dropped the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
But like, he didn't know good necessarily.
Right.
He just thought what he was doing was all he knew from the brain.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's kind of like, I mean, him killing the people was basically just self-defense. If you think about it.
Well, it was because I don't know what his name is, but the assistant to the guy that put him together, like he was just taunting him with the fire and everything, so he got that. The woman, I think he was more the bride, or I forgot what her name was, but the fiance.
Elizabeth?
Yeah, I think he was more fascinated with her than anything, because like with the little girl, and that was just like.
But I think it's kind of what he saw when he threw in. He saw they were throwing in the flowers.
So he's like, I'll just throw you. He was like emulating what they were doing, copying what they were doing.
But he didn't know how to do it the right way, so he only had the criminal brain, so it was...
Because he's just like, oh, look, and they float. Like, we throw them in and they float. So
I throw you
like,
in, you're going to float.
You're going to float, right? And then he, like, freaked out when it was like, well, he did throw her in, like...
Mm-hmm.
But, so, if they were being kind, he was just copying basically what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they were trying to hurt him, it was a fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So I did agree, like you were saying, that you felt bad for him, and like you don't usually root for like the monster per se, but I agree, I was for him too, because and then he got like burned to death. Well, the guy that created him, he deserved that, because and more, like he should not have been messing like that, you know?
And like, I don't, like you said, I don't think he gave him the details of like what his creation was. The town. He was just like, we're looking for somebody that's doesn't fit in with us, maybe, or something. Mm-hmm. No, he never told, or maybe he described him because he was like, oh, he was in Elizabeth's room, but he never said like I created him. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, he was just a piece of shit the whole movie.
Yes. So, I mean, I want to wait to see the last one before I decide, but yeah, this may have been because, I mean, Creature was good, Vampire was good.
Dracula,
I'm sorry.
This one, I think, just me was not interesting, but I think that I really liked this one as a favorite.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just interesting to see the Frankenstein, like the concept of
like just putting, like basically picking up dead people and just.
But then it's kind of like his brain, although he knew the criminal side, he kind of had to relearn everything that.
Yeah.
To function, you know.
Well, because he did have that bit of good, because with the little girl, aside from him just thinking that's what we're supposed to be doing, right? He didn't mean harm to it, her, but you know, he was being like, oh, somebody's holding my hand, and like, you know, he had that part of him too. So it was pretty much kind of sad.
I would like to read the book on this one that Mary Shelley wrote.
Yeah, that'd be good. It might have to be on our book club reading list.
I wasn't laughing at the little girl dying. It was just unexpected. I was like, oh my God.
Well, because shortly before that, I said, oh my God, I hope he doesn't kill the little girl. And Danny said, oh, that would be very dark.
I would like that to take a dark turn.
That would take a dark turn. And then this happened. It's like, oh my.
It's like, oh my God.
Gosh. But then again, if you live by the water, wouldn't you like teach him how to
I'm not
swim?
blaming.
No, I'm not blaming the dad, right, at all.
I mean, like, also, like, I understand why he went after him, because, like, killed his kid. At the same time, it's like, if I lived near water, I think I would try to learn how to swim.
Because she could have accidentally
fell in.
Everybody else kind of deserved what they got. And then old dad of Junior, he took a big tweet. He was kind of a crotchety old grump, and then
he got drunk, and then he was like,
and he had a really good personality.
It's like him drinking just took a whole 180 on his personality.
No, but
Catita.
No, mama. But you're right. You could analyze this whole entire thing. Like, what, you know, I mean, why was he so persistent to put these, I mean, I know he was a scientist and he was trying to do that, and then, you know, but I mean, you just don't.
Bride of Frankenstein would be interesting to watch.
Yeah. Well, and it's weird because some of the bad movies we've watched have incorporated some of this.
Oh, Frankenstein inspired a lot of movies.
Yeah, but I mean the bad ones.
No,
like,
I'm saying, but I'm just saying like movies in general.
Oh yeah.
Like these old monster movies have inspired a lot of movies that have come out from like then to today.
Who's here? Mary Shelley, right?
Mm-hmm. That's who wrote the book.
Yeah, no, that would be good because I mean. Yeah, I wouldn't mind reading that one either. So, yeah, this could very well be the top one. We'll see what the next one is, and if that...
The Wolfman.
The Wolfman's the next one that we'll be watching. So, we may have to revisit there. I know there's more, unless we
there's Phantom of the Opera, The Invisible Man, and then there's another one.
So, that'll be next Halloween, I guess.
Yeah.
Doing that right. I'm having a good time with them.
Mm-hmm.
They're enjoyable.
It's interesting to see how like the origins of like other movies or inspired movies started. You know,
that's true, and they're very very like simply made. Obviously, because they don't have all the. I think in some ways, some CGI kind of ruins
CGI if you don't use it well or you overcompensate.
Yeah, it
CGI,
ruins the movie.
It's just a shit movie.
It just looks. You could tell it's. Like, well, for example, we'll take like Star Wars. Okay, there's a lot of CGI in there, but it's done well.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could take another movie, and if they try to incorporate some of that, but then it looks so cheesy because you can tell the CG. It just, it's exactly what you're saying. I don't even know why I'm trying to, but I mean, a good CGI, I would say Star Wars. I can't really think of a bad CGI one right now, but you think about it before.
But it's like I can use an example. Okay, I like watching the Marvel movies, right?
Yeah.
But it's like at some point, how much CGI are you going to put in a movie?
Oh, that's an overload.
Yeah.
I mean, we're probably going to get some...
and I'm saying, I like
the movies.
But I'm saying you don't need CGI for everything.
No, and like practical effects are just your regular normal effects, right?
They're better done, I think, when it's practical.
Well, and that's why movies, I think, of this time were so good, because it was just working with what you had.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have all this computer stuff, you know. I mean, you could tell, like, when they were with the fire and stuff, because there was at one point at the end when he was tussling on the hill, he stepped, he would have normally started on fire. You knew they were fake, right? But at the same time, it's just, to me, there's so, oh God, what's the word for it? They're so minimalistic and so...
It's a simple movie with a simple premise.
Yeah. And there's not, like we said the same thing with Psycho.
And Memento.
You know, I mean, yes, there's talking, but it's not an overload of talking. Sometimes there's so much conversation going on that they're just running in circles, or you've tuned out half of the conversation because you're like, too much. You know, sometimes it's just too much. So I think movie makers of today, I mean,
there's not a lot of movies today that really float my boat. You know?
They need to pull back on a lot of the extra that they tried to put in there and try to go back to...
I want to see the resurgence.
One of the simpler times. I mean, granted, not fully, but pull back and watch a lot more of these movies and try to bring some of the simplistic back to it. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I'm done.
Let's bring back the simplistic.
And incorporate a lot of that more so in today's movies, because today's are not the way they used to be. Even in the 80s, they're just not. I think some movies have gone downhill. They really have. It's rare when you find a movie that you're like, oh my God. You know, that was like top notch, awesome, fantastic. I mean, like Jordan Peele kicks ass, and his aren't over the top.
No, they're pretty simplistic in terms of plot wise.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they make you think because there's a deeper meaning to them. But if you ignore that, and you look at just the plot,
well, if you think about it, a lot of the simplistic movies, they are going to think. Well, any movie really can make you think. Depends, I guess. But if you think of it, like, I'm just going back to the most recent ones we've done, like Psycho. Can have great conversation after that one. With Frankenstein, fantastic conversation. It makes you, you know what I mean? Jordan Peele's movies, you have great conversation, because the simpler with a good plot, a good director, more practical effects. I mean, granted, there's probably some CGI in his latest one, Jordan Peele's. I don't know.
Well, probably also there's movies that CGI, but it's not a lot of like CGI.
So it still makes it simplistic, right? Those are what make it great. I can't think of any recent movie that has come out.
I haven't seen any really new ones, so I don't know.
Well, even looking at previews, sometimes I'm like, they're not they're made the way they used to be, sadly. I mean, I know we're going off on a little
honestly,
tangent right now, but
the newer movies, like, not a lot of them have been like, I really want to see this in theaters.
No.
But like, I'll just wait until it comes on streaming and then watch it. Like,
yeah, it's true.
But I mean, what I was gonna say was, I want to see the resurgence of more practical effects. It's better that way.
Yes, I agree. 100%. Stop throwing a lot of CGI in there just because you can.
If anything, practical effects make the movie better.
Yes, I agree. Because just because you have the ability to put in CGI doesn't mean you should.
It's gonna be a good movie.
Or put metal pedal to the metal and just make the whole 90% of the movie CGI. You know what I mean? It just loses something in there. Yeah. Practical effects, y'all. Go back to practical effects. Watch some old movies, you directors, you creators, writers, whatever. Whoever's in charge of movie making. And take some of those and just incorporate it, and let's, put out a good movie. We went on a tangent, but I've heard other people talk about that too. Practical effects being better, and how today's movies are just not the way they used to be. You know? Neither a lot of times are TV shows. Because TV shows even add in...
I feel like these people just try to throw TV shows out there without really like being like, this seems like it's...
But a lot of times it's dependent on the director. I mean, yes, the writer of the script has to be good, but the way the director directs it, I think a lot of times makes a film.
Also, talking about like practical effects, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know really if it does or if it doesn't, but monster makeup. I love a good monster makeup. Like, when they put them in actual makeup instead of like stuff.
Oh, I got what you're saying.
One of my favorites is Doug Jones. You should probably Google him. He does a lot of that, like actual monster makeup. Like he gets in them. Like,
really,
he's an actor, right? He does mostly monster like
films.
But
I'll have to check him out.
he's really good. If you don't know who he is, you should probably Google him.
I don't know who he is either, so I'll check him out. Are you surprised? No, she knows way more about movies than I do. There's an expression, and we've been talking for a while, so there's an expression that says you can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig. And I'm meaning you can put all this extra shit into a movie, but if it's not a good movie, it's still a bad movie.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how you try to dress it up with CGI or special effects. If it's crap, that ain't gonna fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's not gonna make it the movie look prettier or better just because you
throw in all this
CGI.
Anyway,
Anyways,
we've been
we're done
talking
with
for a
that.
while here. So, we talked about the Patreon, the subscribers. Oh, we forgot to say to hit the
bell,
comment, like, help us out, help us get some more traction to the channel. We would really, really, really appreciate it. All the links to all the social media are in the description. Check that out as well. And I don't think I have anything else to say. Do you want to conclude with anything?
Hold on.
She's wearing her very appropriate Halloween shirt. It is.
Oh, Haunted Mansion.
I can't see it.
I don't feel like showing it.
Oh, she's got her Haunted Mansion shirt on today.
Love a good monster movie. I love Frankenstein so far.
Yeah.
Excited to read the book eventually.
There we go.
That's it.
And that's what we got to say. So we're going to wish everybody good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in your part of the world. As always, be kind. See you at the next reaction.